Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Madam Shweta. How are you?
Good evening, Rachna madam. Good evening.
We have a few people joining in still, so we would possibly wait for a few minutes before we commence. I'm waiting for, I think Mr. Vivek, our HOD, has joined. I'm waiting for Mrs. Saraswati to join in. Then we should be able to start. Good evening, Madam Ishita.
Good evening, ma'am.
All right, I see Saraswati Madam also. She has joined in. I'll just cross-check for Mr. Vivek. If he's in, we are good to go. We can begin. I hope our team is ready. Shravan?
Yes, ma'am, we are ready.
I saw, yes, Yogya is here. Abhinaya? Yes, that's good. Great. Mukta? Mukta was facing a few connectivity issues in the morning. That's nice.
I see the online platform is very festive because of the background what they have chosen.
Yes, it is quite colorful and quite bright today.
Yes. And beautifully
so give us a moment. Let me just check.
We are not
Just
able to
let me check for Mr.
We are not
Vivek.
able to recognize our own students now. They are too well decked up today.
True.
Especially Abhinaya, we have only seen her in a chef coat and trouser. Whatever practical she has, she prefers to wear only that. Because she wants to be a chef. And Shweta Kumar and chef, if I suddenly forget madam's name.
Chef Ishita.
Ishita. So both of them are, I think, wearing similar attire.
Ma'am, but we would have been more colorful with these backgrounds that we are missing.
Okay.
We also would have, next time we can do something like this.
Yeah,
something with festival. We
okay, I see Mr. Vivek is also in. So I would like to officially, I think, let us start off with the event for today. And this is, I think, I've lost count of the number of installments or number of episodes, I would say, of Ek Bharat, Shreshtha Bharat that we've been doing virtually. And today we are here to talk about the IHM team. IHM-Hyderabad team is all happy and proud to probably talk about and give you inputs about a festival that is celebrated in Telangana that's called Bonalu. And it has its own significance and meaning. So we won't be taking up too much of time, but then we would like you to enjoy the festivity and enjoy the festival as much as you can virtually. We have just had the festival I think the last month, and we thought it is appropriate, rather in this month, and it is appropriate that we discuss or we talk about it. So I would request Mr. Vivek, our HOD, to please say a few words before we commence.
Good afternoon, all of you. Are able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay. Bonalu is actually a local festival of Hyderabad and Telangana initially. Later, it has spread to other parts of Telangana, but it is dominated in Hyderabad and Secunderabad. So this festival begins during month of Ashad, more details our students are willing to give. I will not give much information. Okay, this is Ashad Mas. We will find the rains may be starting, and then you find the harvest is ready to be harvested. The crops are ready. So there is lot of greenery, and the drizzle and all makes life bubbling and all. So the festival, it is right after the summer, as it starts lightly drizzling and raining. It is the best atmosphere to celebrate these festivals. This festival is unique, unlike any other festival where we celebrate 1 or 2 days and it ends. This festival is celebrated for this whole month of Ashad and into Shravan also for, so that means approximately 5 to 6 weeks it is celebrated on every Sunday, and it extends till Monday. So like that, it is a 2-day festival, and then it is celebrated in each region or in each place one Sunday. So like that, it starts from the city and it goes to outskirts of the city. In the end, outskirts of city will celebrate. So this festival, the main temple is a small temple in Golconda. It starts from there, and then the main temple is in Secunderabad, where it is called Ujjaini Mahankali temple. So this there is small story for this Ujjaini Mahankali, how that name has come Ujjaini. I think our students will be able to enlighten on that. So there is now there will be a procession, ladies dressed in nice silk saris carry these pots, which you are able to see behind these students. Those colorful yellow pots, they will be carrying on them. There will be bonum, that is called, that is how the festival is named. So that they will carry and offer to the goddess. And then in the procession, there will be a lot of drum beat, which people can dance. That is how the beat will be. Then we find one Pothu Raju, more details will be given by the students. So he will be with a lot of turmeric all over the body and dancing around. He is supposed to be the brother of Mahankali. And then other things like after the offering, what are the things they offer, and then what is that they drink. All these more details will be given. So this is how this festival is celebrated. And after the formation of Telangana, the state government has declared this as a state festival. Earlier it was celebrated as a normal festival without any holiday. Now there is a state, it is a state festival, and holiday is also declared to celebrate this festival. So lot of, as usual, lot of goodies and non-veg preparations are prepared, especially for this festival, because they will be, to the goddess they give only vegetarian, that bonum and all. And in the premises of the temple, they sacrifice a goat or a sheep, and then they cook there and celebrate, or some take home and cook it. So this is how, this is the outline of the festival, which is celebrated with a lot of. One more important thing is there will be this goddess is very powerful, and it possesses with the spirit. So there will be one particular, some ladies will be possessed, and they'll be forecasting how the year ahead will be. So people will be asking her the questions, how this season will there be enough rains, or there is prosperity, will there be any war, famine, like that. So that is how it is celebrated. Over to Rachna, more details.
Thank you, sir.
Rachna ma'am, with your
It
permission,
is
I
always,
would
let me
like to
start off with Vivek, sir. It's always like this. We start off with Vivek sir and he tells the entire story. So our students will not have much to do, but we would still like to take it forward from here. And this is a predominantly a festival where ladies are more into it. So I think Saraswati madam will be the right person to talk about it. So I request madam to please come forward and say something.
I was waiting for Vivek to stop and take over. As Rachna rightly put it, we faculty love our own voices. The minute we get an opportunity, we like to talk and talk. And Vivek always gives a complete outline. I won't even say a brief, a complete outline of what is in store for us. So students also should get alert and make sure that every aspect is presented. So I will just add a few lines to what Vivek has said. In our college also, since we have a temple within the premise, which is as old as the college, and there is a small mata installed in the temple, we have also been celebrating, not only us, but also the people in the colony also have been coming and paying their respects to the mata for several years. And all of us faculty also have been praying for the good health of all the students and staff and their families year after year. And at the same time, it gives an opportunity for all of us, also including faculty and students, to dress up in our finery and then enjoy the day. And of course, our chef team ensures that they make it as festive as possible by making the delicacies which are part and parcel of any festivity. So here at college, most of the chef team is actually comprising of only male staff, and we lady staff of the other departments, we get an opportunity to come up in our finery and then enjoy the meal. Though at home it is a reversal of role where we hardly get to, by the time we finish, we are so tired, we hardly get to actually dress up and at the same time enjoy the festivity. But that is amply provided by our colleagues here. We in fact celebrate most of the festivals 1 or 2 days prior to the festival itself. So our chef team ensures that we enjoy the festivities. And of course, we have been missing the students last 2 years. Definitely, students make the college vibrant, and at the same time, they give us a lot of support in terms of decking up the college, participating in various events, and making it culturally as bright and attractive as possible. So anyway, it apparently looks, even though it is virtual, many of them are rightly clad and eager to present their presentations. We have 4 of them, and you must kindly excuse me because we are having next week a midterm exam, and one batch of students, I just left them halfway through. I will go and complete the class. After I finish, maybe I'll join you all. Have a nice time, and since it is being recorded, definitely I will watch it with the help of Rachna and Vamshi. Thank you, Shweta Kumar and Chef Ishita. Thanks a lot.
Thank you,
Thank you
madam.
so much, ma'am. Ma'am, I would like, Rachna ma'am, can I add
Thank you,
something
ma'am. Sure.
before we start? Okay, so
Please go ahead, Madam Shweta.
after we complete the festive, what Vivek sir has talked about and Saraswati ma'am has wonderfully added, we will enjoy the festival, and I would like to inform the students. Then it's the time that we will travel to Kurukshetra with wonderful itineraries which we have planned. And the itineraries presentation would be such that it would actually make meaningful itineraries will be presented, so that anytime you visit Kurukshetra, it will be easy for all of you, to not to look up here and there on Google, but yes, this presentation would actually make you aware of all the places and where all you can visit with all the timings. So just stay tuned after once we complete with IHM-Hyderabad, IHM-Faridabad will be presenting the session. Over to you, Rachna ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So please.
So I take this opportunity to thank the teams from IHM Faridabad as well as IHM Panipat every year to make it, I think throughout the year, every month to make the event so vibrant in this activity that is something that we look forward to every time, even if we end up stretching it till the last day of the month, but still we want it to happen. So let us commence. I'd like to hand over the platform now to Abhinaya, Shravan, Mukta, and Yogya, the final year team who have worked on the PPT and would like to take you through the festival. Over to you.
ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసిన
I
సభాముఖులందరికీ
hope I'm audible.
yes ma'am, you're audible. Shall I start?
Please start.
ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసిన సభాముఖులందరికీ నా నమస్కారాలు.
Yes, please begin.
ఓకే. IHM హైదరాబాద్ విద్యా సంస్థ తరపున మీ అందరికీ బోనాల జాతర స్వాగతం సుస్వాగతం. బోనాల పండుగ అంటే మన తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్ర పండుగ, మన తెలంగాణ ఆడపడుచుల పండుగ, మన కులమత భేదాలు లేకుండా జరుపుకునే పండుగ. ఈ యొక్క పండుగతో సంబరాన్ని అంబరాన్ని అందే పండుగ. ఈ యొక్క పండుగ ఎలా జరుపుకుంటామో, దాని యొక్క ప్రాముఖ్యత, దాని యొక్క ప్రత్యేకత, దాని యొక్క చరిత్రగాథ ఏంటో ఏక్ భారత్ శ్రేష్ఠ భారత్ కార్యక్రమం ద్వారా తెలుసుకుందాం.
Good evening, all. I am Mukta Biswas of final year, who will be sharing some folklore with you regarding the celebration of Bonalu festival. Starting with the first story, the origin of this festival can be tracked back to the 18th century in the twin cities of Hyderabad and Secunderabad. In the year 1813, plague broke out in the twin cities and took the lives of thousands of people. In this period, a military battalion from Hyderabad was deployed to Ujjain. When this military battalion from Hyderabad came to know about the epidemic, they prayed to the mother goddess in Mahakali temple in Ujjain, Madhya Pradesh. They prayed to goddess Mahakali to kill the plague, and if goddess did so, they would install an idol of her in the city. It is believed that Mahakali destroyed the disease and kept the pestilence away. Then the battalion returned to the city and installed an idol of the goddess, which was followed by the offering of Bonalu to her. This became a tradition then that has been followed by most of the people in Telangana. There is another interesting folklore which dates back to 1908 when Nizam Mir Mehboob Ali Khan was ruling Hyderabad. He is popular for worshipping the Hindu gods and also helping the people in a big way when they are in trouble. When there were heavy floods in Fort Musi River, it is learned that the Nizam has prayed to Lal Darwaza Ammavaru and offered to construct a temple for her. The floods, which were supposed to take the city by storm, were stopped. Later, the Nizam constructed the temple for Ammavaru at Lal Darwaza in the old city of Hyderabad. The temple is about 110 years old and it has geared up for the traditional Bonalu festival, which is celebrated across the city. It is also believed that during Ashada Masam, the goddess returns to her maternal home so that people come to see her and bring food offerings to show their love and affection, just as they would prepare a special meal when their own daughters visit her.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Yogya Dubey. I'll be talking about the rituals during the Bonalu festival. Bonalu is celebrated in various parts of the twin cities, that is Hyderabad and Secunderabad. In Hyderabad, on the first Sunday of the Ashada Masam, celebrations are held on the Golconda Fort. On the second Sunday, the celebrations take place on the Belkampet Yellamma Temple and the Ujjaini Mahakali Temple in Secunderabad. On the third Sunday, the celebrations are held at the Mahakali Temple on the Lal Darwaza. Women dress up in saris, jewelries, and accessories for this occasion. Teenage girls wear half saris or lehenga cholis, also known as langa boni. Trans women carrying the bonalu, that is the pot, are believed to be possessed by the spirit of the mother goddess. They dance to the rhythmic beats of the ugu drums while balancing the bonums in the honor of the goddess. To ward off the evil spirit in the olden times, a male buffalo was sacrificed in front of the temples, but in the modern times, a goat or a rooster is sacrificed. The Bonalu festival is unique because it is also is an empowering space for the trans women. The trans women are known as Joginis or Devdasis.
Now we come down to Pothuraju. Pothuraju is an avatar of Vishnu. According to mythology, Pothuraju is considered the brother of the mother goddess. It is the biggest attraction of Bonalu festival. Men dress up and put on makeup and lead the female dancers who, under the spell of mother goddess, to the temple with lashing whips and emerald neem leaves tied around their waist, accompanied by trumpets and drums. It is believed that they look very dangerous with the makeup on just to keep the evil out of the people. Rangam, or the performing the oracle, is held after the next morning of the actual festival. A woman invokes goddess Mahakali onto herself and performs this custom. She foretells the next year ahead when devotees ask for information about future.
Bonam. The word bonam is a contraction of the word bhojanam, a Sanskrit loan word meaning meal or feast in Telugu. It is offered to the mother goddess. Women folk of the household prepare rice with milk and jaggery in new earthen or brass pots, which is then adorned with neem leaves. Apart from this, the other part is thotela. It is an artifact offered to the goddess by the people. The artifact is now, in the modern times, made with bamboo sticks and colorful transparent papers, but in the older times, it was made with the metals such as silver and gold. The thotela and the bonum is then offered to the temples.
Then we come down to Ghatam. Ghatam implies a copper pot which is decorated in the form of mother goddess and carried by a priest adorning a traditional dhoti and his body completely smeared in turmeric. The Ghatam is taken as a procession from first day of the festival to the last day when it is brought back to the respective temple from where the procession started. This is accompanied by beating of drums. Usually Ghatam of Akkana Madana temple in Hariboli actually leads the procession placed on an elephant, in turn accompanied by mounted horses and models which depict Akkana and Madana.
Good evening, everyone. These are some pictures of the Bonalu at IHM Hyderabad that we celebrated in 2019. So as you can see, the first slide is the bonum, the pot, the neem leaves, and it is kept in front of the temple, which we have in the campus only. The second picture shows the thotela that my friend mentioned. It is the it as a jhula offered to the goddess. And the third picture, where our principal sir and HOD ma'am is. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible, Shravan.
Yes, a little less, but you are audible. You can go ahead.
Yes. And this is how the bonum carried on the head towards from its prepared and the way to the temple. And the right side of the PPT shows the
You are not
temple.
audible now if you're speaking, Shravan. I hope you don't have a network issue there.
Am I audible now?
Yes, he's audible, ma'am.
Yes, you're audible, Shravan.
Yes, thank you. Yes, so I was saying about the second picture, the temple that we have in our campus of the goddess. That was about the festival Bonalu. Now we would like to share a small video about the Bonalu festival, how it is celebrated. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Confidence, intelligence, credibility, smartness.
I hope the whole video was audible and visible. Thank you so much from our side. It was great pleasure with all of you and staying with us through this journey. As well as Abhinaya would like to share some thoughts in the Telugu language as she told in the beginning.
అందరికీ ధన్యవాదాలు తెలుపుతున్నాను. మాతో ఈ యొక్క బోనాల పండుగ జరుపుకున్నందుకు అందరూ సురక్షితంగా మరియు జాగ్రత్తగా ఉండండి.
Thank you so much.
ధన్యవాదాలు.
Thank you, team, for putting up such a nice show and educating us about Bonalu. I'd like to thank the participants, like I said, from our audience who joined from not only our IHM-Hyderabad, but also from IHM-Faridabad and Panipat. I'd like to thank Ms. Shreshtha Kumar and her entire team, and